Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on Cobblers Vlogs, where today it is time to upset the whole of League 2. The Cobblers, they've dropped down into League 2 from League 1, and it's that time of year before the season starts where I make my 1 to 24, my league table predictions. Who's going to finish bottom of League 2, who's going to get in the playoffs, who's for mid-table mediocrity, who's going to get that promotion or even title winning glory. I've got my prediction ready, it's all lined up in front of me, my 1 to 24, where are every team going to finish, where are the Cobblers going to finish as well, most importantly. So what are we waiting for? Let's take a look at my League 2 table prediction for the 2021-2022 season. So before we get started, there's nothing personal, I don't have anything against any of these teams. These are just based on the squads that they've got and what they've done this summer, how I think they're going to perform in League 2. I've not looked at pre-season results because we all know that they're pretty irrelevant. I've looked at the teams, who's signed who. Let's just have a look through and see where I think everybody's going to finish. Don't select me in the comments, just give me your opinion, be respectful about it. Let's see what you all think of my predictions. In 24, then relegated, I've gone for Sutton United, obviously one of the newly promoted teams in League 2 this season. Don't think they're going to do very well. They've obviously had to dig up their plastic pitch. They're not allowed those in the EFL, so they've now got a grass pitch. How are their squad going to adjust to that? I'm not too sure. Matt Gray's a good young upcoming manager, but I don't think he's going to have enough in his squad to be able to keep them up this season. So I think Sutton are going to get relegated bottom of League 2, along with Hartlepool, for the same reasons, really. I think Hartlepool are going to finish 23rd. They'll be slightly better than Sutton, but I don't think they're going to be good enough to stay up. Their squad doesn't look strong enough. And a National League team coming up into the Football League, it's always going to be difficult with the the less money that's available. That doesn't make any sense, but there's not as much money available is what I should be saying for them to sign the players that they need to keep them in League 2. And unfortunately, I don't think Hartlepool and Sutton have got the players to stay in the division this year. So for me, it's Hartlepool and Sutton that are going down from League 2 this season. So looking at the rest of the lower half of the table, in 22nd, this might shock a few people, I've gone with Walsall, and the two words you need for that are Ash Taylor. Absolute liability at the back, really poor, and was for the Cobblers, was pretty much the reason the Cobblers got relegated, or one of the reasons the Cobblers got relegated a few years ago from League 1, and was really poor when we were in League 2 as well. So Ash Taylor is pretty much going to be the reason that Walsall finished 22nd in League 2 this season. In 21st, I have Swindon Town. They've obviously had really bad problems, and I hope, and it looks like they're starting to get them fixed. It depends how quickly they get them fixed. If they're fixed kind of very soon and they get some good players in, they'll have a good season. But if they don't fix them and they don't get enough quality players in, then they will not do well in this division, and it's 21st for Swindon for me. That could be one that I will come back to regret at the end of the season. 20th, I don't think this is one I'm going to regret. It's Oldham Athletic. Their fans on Twitter seem very pessimistic. They've obviously got Keith Curl, Colin West and Alan Sheehan, all who were at the Cobblers last season and nearly got them relegated, or pretty much got them relegated. They've got the likes of Nicky Adams and Hallam Hope in their team, who are a bit old, a little bit past their time. Certainly Nicky Adams is, not so much Hallam Hope, but Nicky Adams is certainly kind of, he's close to retirement. This could be one of his last seasons in football, and I don't think, just looking at Oldham's squad, that they've got enough to keep them up. So Keith Curl, I'm sorry, 20th for you and Oldham this season. 19th, I have Harrogate Town, who seem to be having a disappointing time at the moment. They can't even have fans in on the first game of the season, so I've heard. So Harrogate Town, it's not going to be a fantastic season for them, just 19th, and they've only just come up recently in the last couple of years from the National League, so they'll just want to stabilise as a League 2 EFL club, and I'm sure they'll be happy with 19th. 18th, Stevenage, just a team that have always kind of been around the bottom of League 2 the last few years. I think they're going to stay there again. There's nothing really that excites me about their squad. It's a little bit of an old squad as well. The likes of Chris Lyons in there, Scott Cuthbert as well. So 18th for Stevenage. 17th is Scunthorpe, again a team that ever since they've come down from League 1 they've really struggled. They've no longer got Kevin Van Veen, which is a shame because we like seeing Kevin Van Veen struggle, a bit like Ash Taylor at Walsall. But again, no thrills for Scunthorpe this season, so it's 17th for them. 16th is another relegated team from League 1. It's Rochdale. Again, they've not really made any significant additions from their team last year. There's nothing really that stands out and says they're going to go up, they're going to challenge for promotion, and I think it's a really average looking Rochdale squad, so it's 16th for them. 15th, I've gone with Barrow. I think they're going to have an okay season. They've got the likes of Jason Taylor in there, whose experience is obviously a little bit like Nicky Adams, who I mentioned earlier, a little bit old, maybe past his time slightly, and he's closing in towards retirement, but he's a really good character and leader, so he'll be crucial for them. Jamie Devitt also plays for Barrow, really good player, really good midfielder, really rate him. 14th, Crawley Town. They're always mid-table in League 2. I don't think it's going to be any different for them this season. Some saying their time will come and they may get relegated back to the National League this season, but I think it's 14th and it's going to be a fairly mediocre season for Crawley. Same for Carlisle. They've got Brendan Dickinson in their ranks, but there's nobody else really that seems to grab my attention in that Carlisle squad. So again, an average season for them, and it's going to be 13th. So that's my lower half of the table. 13th Carlisle, 14th Crawley, 15th Barrow, 16th Rochdale, 17th Scunthorpe, 18th Stevenage, 19th Harrogate, 20th Oldham, 21st Swindon, 22nd Walsall, 23rd Hartlepool, and bottom Sutton United. Okay, so looking at the top half of the table, in 12th I've gone with Exeter City, one that might divide opinion a little bit. Exeter have obviously been challenging for the playoffs the last few seasons, had a few playoff finals that they've lost, including to the mighty Northampton Town, where we battered them 4-0 at Wembley. And I think Exeter kind of need a season away from that. They need a season away from drama. They just need a nice mid-table season. And looking at their squad, that's what I think they're going to get. They've obviously got Matt Jay and Sam Nombe in their squad, who are, again, decent players for this level, but there's nobody else apart from that really excites me about Exeter. Again, I think they just need to kind of sit themselves down, just stabilise at this level, get a nice 12th place finish, and then maybe try and build for a proper promotion push next year, because they've had too much playoff heartbreak to have more again this year. So 12th for Exeter this year. 11th, this one might divide opinion a little bit. Bradford, they've obviously got Derek Adams, I think, in charge there. Abo Issa's joined. Charles Vernham's also there up front. Two good strikers for this level. I think Bradford could make a challenge and start well the season, but they may fall off a little bit, or they'll either start badly and then it'll be too little too late. I think that's going to be how Bradford's season is going to go, and eventually it just won't quite be enough. They've certainly got the squad to make the playoffs, but I just don't think it's going to quite be enough for them. And I think they're going to finish 11th. And that goes for the same team in 10th. That's my Northampton Town. I think we're going to have a very similar season. We'll either start really well and fall off, or we'll either start really badly, pick up, and it will just be too little too late. And I think that's usually what happens with the teams that finish kind of 10th, 11th in League Two. They kind of always... They have a roller coaster of a season. We spoke to a Port Vale fan the other day who... Port Vale finished 13th in League Two last season. He said they had a really good start to the season, had a terrible middle, and had a good end, and again, too little too late. So that's the same for Northampton Town, my team. Some good additions. Keon Tete, I think his name is. Nicky Kabamba up front. Mitch Pinnock looks really good. Paul Lewis. We've also got the likes of Sean McWilliams in midfield. Scott Pollock's going to come back from injury. Hopefully Max Dyche can get some appearances towards the end of the season after he's gone out on loan. So some really good potential in there. Ali Koike as well at full-back. Aaron McGowan. Some really good signings in there for the Cobblers, but I think let's again have a no drama season like Exeter, but just finish a bit better than them. Let's finish 10th, not really push for the playoffs, or just maybe have a little bit too little too late. 9th, I'm going for Mansfield Town, a team that have struggled in League Two over the last few seasons. They're always kind of expected to get in the playoffs, and they never really live up to that expectation. But I think they're going to do okay this season again. They're just going to miss out on the playoffs, too little too late from Mansfield for me. 8th, they were in the playoffs last season. I think they're going to miss out this season by one place, and that is Forest Green Rovers. They've got the likes of Matt Stevens, Jamil Matt, who's been appointed their captain as well. I think Forest Green, again, they're going to push for the playoffs. They always kind of seem to, and have done over the last few years. But I think it's not going to quite be enough, and the sides above them I think are all stronger than them this season. So Forest Green in 8th for me. In 7th, it's the Cobblers' first opponent of the season. I'm going to go with Port Vale. They've got James Wilson, David Worrell, James Proctor in there as well. All really, really good players to this level. I think Port Vale are going to have a decent season. They've obviously they were just missed out on the playoffs in the 2019-20 season. They then came 13th last season. I think they're kind of stabilised now. They've got that stability. They've got some good additions in. They're playing the right way. Darryl Clark, I think, will have them playing the right way. And I think Port Vale are going to finish 7th this season. In 6th, it's the highest finisher of the teams that were relegated from League One. It's going to be Bristol Rovers. I don't think they're quite going to push for promotion. We obviously don't know what's going on yet with Joey Barton. Obviously, kind of loads of... there's charges against him and stuff that I'm not going to obviously go into, but Joey Barton isn't in the best position at the moment to manage Bristol Rovers, so whether or not he's even managing them yet, I don't really know. But I don't think Bristol Rovers are going to be... I think they're going to be distracted by that at the start of the season, understandably so, and they'll maybe pick up towards the end and get into the playoffs. In 5th, I've gone with Colchester, Alan Judge and Frank Noble. They've also brought in another player from Ipswich, Luke Chambers. They're just Ipswich Town now, Colchester. I think they're going to have a good season. Again, always kind of looking to knock on the door of the playoffs, and I think this year they're going to do it, get into the playoffs. So that's why I've got Colchester in 5th. In 4th, I've got Tranmere Rovers, who look like they have a fantastic midfield this season. Sam Foley, Ryan Watson, Jay Spearing. They've also got good players up front and a solid defence as well. Really good team, Tranmere. Probably, you could say a big club for this level. They have only come up through the National League in the last couple of years, but you look at their ground, you look at everything behind the scenes, you would say Tranmere could be a League One club. So yeah, Tranmere, the highest finishers in the playoffs, really good players there. Jay Spearing obviously used to play for Liverpool. Ryan Watson was good at the Cobblers last season, and Sam Foley was good when he was at the Cobblers as well, and has a good reputation at this level. So I think Tranmere are going to have a decent season. In terms of my top three, let's go into them. In third, I've gone with Newport County. Obviously in the playoffs last season, didn't finish how they wanted it to, but I think they're going to go one better this season. They're going to have automatic promotion. They're not going to have to go through the stress of the playoffs. They've got the likes of Matt Dolan, Podrick and Mond, who I've always rated. Dom Telford as well up front, really good players. Plenty of other decent players in there for Newport. I think they're going to have a really, really good season, and I think they're going to be promoted back to League One. I don't know why I say back to League One, because they've not been there. So yeah, Newport to League One, which leaves me second place and first place. In second place, I've gone with Leyton Orient. They seem to have got Kenny Jackett in, which is a fantastic managerial appointment for League Two level. They've got some really good players in there. Harry Smith's obviously gone there from the Cobblers. If he's used correctly, he can be dangerous for them. They've also got the likes of Theo Archibald in the door there, so he's another good player that can be crucial for Orient this season. Again, a team that always kind of finish 8th, 9th, 10th, but they've really put some money into it this season. They've really obviously had a really hard time with Justin Edinburgh passing away a couple of years ago, so it'd be fantastic to see Leyton Orient get some success and kind of dedicate that to him as well, and I'm sure Kenny Jackett will do a fantastic job there and get the mighty Orient into League One. And then top, it pains me to put them there, but I think this might be the year they do it. They've been here for 3 years now. It's Salford City, obviously backed by the Manchester United legends, so to say. They've got Matty London there, Josh Morris, who was really good at Scunthorpe, Matty Willock, the youngster from Arsenal, Ian Henderson's now playing there as well. Don't forget Jordan Turnbull, who used to play for the Cobblers. Salford City look a really good team this year, and I think they may be the ones to beat in League Two. I think they're going to do it. I think there's got to be a time where Salford, investing all that money is going to get them, out of this league eventually, and I think this year might be it. So Salford are my 2021-2022 League Two champions. So there you have it, my 2021-2022, I had to think about that for a second there. League Two predictions, let's just run through them again from top to bottom. We've got Salford first, then Leyton Orient, Newport, Tranmere, Colchester, Bristol Rovers, Port Vale, Forest Green, Mansfield, Northampton, Bradford, Exeter, Carlisle, Crawley, Barrow, Rochdale, Scunthorpe, Stevenage, Harrogate, Oldham, Swindon, Walsall, Hartlepool and Sutton United to finish bottom. I think that's a good prediction. I think the Walsall one and the Swindon ones could definitely be proved wrong, but Ash Taylor is playing for Walsall, so I don't think Walsall are going to do very well this season. I don't really like Walsall because I always seem to be heartbroken whenever I go there. So yeah, there we go. There's my predictions for the season. Let me know what you think. Do you disagree with them? Do you think Salford are going to win the league? Do you think Orient could win the league? I think Orient could definitely win the league. I think it's going to be a wide open league this year. Anybody from Salford probably down to Carlisle in 13th could probably challenge for promotion this year, and you could say it's a League Two, half League Two. You've kind of got these kind of clubs that could be League One clubs, and then you've kind of got these ones that are kind of happy to be here or are just League Two clubs like your Crawleys. So it's going to be interesting to see how League Two goes this season. It's going to be wide open. It's not going to be pretty, but it's proper football, isn't it? League Two, the bottom professional tier of English football, and that's why we all love it. It's a great league to be in, and it's a really difficult one to get out of, but it's going to be scrappy, it's going to be dirty. Those Tuesday nights are going to be crucial in League Two, they always are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great season of League Two, and I can't wait to get back to see League Two football again. And hopefully the season after that, maybe the Cobblers will be seeing League One football again, but not in terms of my predictions. It's going to be 2 years of League Two for me. Solid season this year for the Cobblers. Get up next year, and we'll be happy as Larry, won't we? Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to drop a like on it if you've enjoyed it. Leave in the comments your thoughts on my predictions. Do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? What would you change? What do you agree with? Let me know. Like I said, drop a like on the video for me. Hit the subscribe button as well if you are new for some fantastic League Two content this year. And that's pretty much it from me. If you want to support us on Patreon, please do. Look at the link in the description. You support us from as little as £2 a month and you'll get loads of exclusive benefits as well. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.